Starting on the left-hand side of the shack, you see the shelf that has some keys on display, then my call sign, and this is a Yaesu FRG 100, strictly for SWL or AM listening, the rotator control, and a clock that shows the temperature and the time, a telephone, cordless phone. Then we come down to the Logic Key 6-button keyer and my trusty hex bencher paddle and the famous old ICOM 756 Pro, coupled now strictly for PSK 31 and sideband. There's a Signal Link USB interface for PSK 31 and other digital modes, and you can see the last contact I had was on 3805 for the local sideband net on 80 meters or 75 meters. On the PC I have two screens because there's so many little windows that we need to keep track of. I like DX Summit. In the upper left hand corner you see Geocron section of DX for Windows, and in the middle the reverse beacon network, and it's connected strictly to my CW Skimmer server. On the right third of the screen is CW Skimmer, right now showing 20 meters and what we have here on a Saturday morning. On the right hand monitor I run DX for Win, and that's the logbook and the postings that CW Skimmer has made. We pan down, we see the UHF and VHF 2 meter and 450 rig, currently on the Denver Radio Club frequency of 449.350. And below that you see the coax switches, two of the Delta switches. One is a Delta 4 and one is a Delta 2, and that just takes care of all the antennas coming in and out. On the left is a remote antenna switch. This switches relays at the bottom of the tower remotely. And on the wall behind you see a PowerWorks Anderson connector 12-volt power distributor and the keyboard in the forefront. Panning over to the right, the only rig I use now is the Elecraft K3, which many people think is the best rig on the market, and it's rising rapidly in number of users. A speaker, the trusty old Alpha 76 PA amplifier, which means it has a hypercell transformer and it has 3 tubes, and Palomar SWR meter and power meter. And there on the side you see a BX5R Yaesu handheld walkie-talkie. There's my current QSL card with the 50th anniversary commemorative on it. And on the wall you see the ARRL world map, and above it the W0QL DX info world map with a world map centered on Foxfield. On the wall we have at the top the license, next the DXCC certificate, the honor roll plaque, and my little homemade chart that shows how many countries I need for Work 'em All. A world map, and that's a tour of the ham shack. Thank you for viewing.